Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and in this video we are doing the top 8 Call of Duty games in history of Call of Duty. So this is not counting the first 3 Call of Duties, because the first 3 Call of Duties don't really need to count them. This is counting every Call of Duty, starting with Call of Duty 4 all the way to Advanced Warfare. Now, there's only 8 in between that, so that means every single Call of Duty after Call of Duty 3 will make it onto this list, and we'll see which ones are my favorite and which ones are my least favorite. So let's go. So coming in at number 8, I have to go with, and this is going to be very, very controversial between the whole Call of Duty community, Modern Warfare 2. Now, I know, dude, everyone says Modern Warfare 2 is the best Call of Duty game. Everyone says this one is number 1. And I made a video, okay? I made a video, like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, where I talked about why I don't like Modern Warfare 2. And I had over 20 reasons as to why I don't like this game. I don't hate it. Doesn't mean I don't hate it. I don't, dislike this game to the point where I will never play it, because I will play it. But out of all the other Call of Duties, I just had to put this one last because there's so many things wrong with it. I mean, yes, it has great maps. Yes, it has great guns. Yes, the graphics are great. Yes, the kill streaks are amazing. But look at the unbalanced amount of things in the game. You have the grenade launchers, which were completely unbalanced. You have the amount of camping in the game, the amount of how the maps basically, they favored campers pretty much. How there were so many overpowered things like death streaks were just fucking annoying in that game. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Danger close. There's just nothing. It's not balanced. Okay, mainly because Infinity Ward didn't support the game. They didn't make updates. They didn't patch stuff. They just left it how it was, as a very, very broken game in my opinion. It's fun. It's fun at times. It depends when it's fun. It was really fun back in the day. It was like my favorite Call of Duty back then. But once I started playing it more and more, I started realizing that it's very unbalanced. Once I started being more of a competitive Call of Duty player, because before I just played for the fun of it, just to fuck around and stuff like that. But once I started getting more competitive and I liked, going just hardcore in games, I just realized how unbalanced the multiplayer was. But everything else about the game was great. The campaign, one of the best campaigns I've ever played in Call of Duty history. The whole Modern Warfare series overall had a great campaign storyline, but the multiplayer dragged it down to number 8. Coming at number 7 is actually the newest Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I know a lot of people hate this game, and so it's going to be very, very common for people to put it at their lower list on, their top 8 Call of Duties. And Advanced Warfare at first was one of my favorite Call of Duty games. It was definitely up there in the top 3. It might have been number 3, and that's because I loved it. I loved the exosuit at first. I thought it was really fun. I thought it really did increase the speed of the game. I loved the whole supply drop system and the variants. And I loved the scores. The score streaks at first were really, really fun, but then I started realizing stuff. I started realizing that, first of all, when Advanced Supply Drops came out, that's kind of where it ruined it for me when the Advanced Supply Drops came out, because then it just became into people doing hundreds and hundreds of Advanced Supply Drop openings and people getting all these weapons when I don't even want to buy Advanced Supply Drops, because you have to pay for them just for the chance to get the good items. And then they came out with guns that you can only get from buying these Advanced Supply Drops and trying to get them, and it's only a chance you're going to get them. It's not certain. So I started realizing that Advanced Warfare, they're really money whores, Sledgehammer. They really are, and it started making me just want to stay away from Advanced Warfare, and I haven't played it in a long time, and I mean a long time. It's been at least a month now, and I'm probably not going to go back to that game for a good amount of time, because the next month is just going to be me playing Black Ops 2, stuff like that, and Advanced Warfare is not going to be touched. I'm just going to wait till Black Ops 3 comes out, and I'm going to ball out on that game in about a month and a half, I would say, at this point. So Advanced Warfare, great game. It didn't really have a fun campaign at all. I mean, it was a decent campaign, but it didn't really, the storyline wasn't very interesting in my opinion. Exo Zombies, alright, wasn't amazing, but it definitely wouldn't pull the game higher than number 7. Number 6 is a game that everybody hates, and I just don't understand why it's so hated. I mean, yes, it's not one of my favorite Call of Duties, but I just don't understand why it's so hated, and this is Call of Duty Ghosts, number 6, and I actually like Ghosts. I actually like it a lot, and a lot of people absolutely hate it, and I understand why. There's a lot of reasons why people might hate the game. But the reasons why I don't like the game are very different than the reasons why other people don't like the game. Other people don't like the game because they say all the maps are bad. I actually love the maps. I thought they had some pretty great maps. Of course, they did have some pretty shitty maps, but they were actually kind of fun because it felt more like realistic warfare to me, and it was kind of fun in that way. But what I saw Call of Duty as a bad game was stuff like, first of all, the time to kill way too fast. It was just like you literally can kill them in legit a good few shots with even very, very powerful guns, and that kind of ruined it for me. It kind of slowed down the pacing of the game and made it not as fun, and just a lot of stuff like the support streaks I didn't really like. I didn't really like specialist. I didn't like some of the guns. I didn't really like too much, but it was alright. And it had stuff like IEDs that kind of ruined it for me. The guard dog kind of ruined it for me. But everything else about the game I absolutely loved. So I wouldn't say it's bad Call of Duty. I would just say it's definitely not one of the better ones. Extinction wasn't very good. I mean, it was fun sometimes, not really. Campaign, I liked the story. It just wasn't that fun. It really wasn't that fun of a campaign. But I liked the theme of it. I liked the whole apocalyptic feel of it. Coming in number 5, I have Modern Warfare 3. And another Call of Duty game that a lot of people do not like for a lot of reasons, and I would have to say that this Call of Duty is actually pretty good. It's, in my opinion, Modern Warfare 3 is Modern Warfare 2, but taking all the bullshit out of it, except for death streaks. They kind of left death streaks in there, and then switching the kill streaks around and making them a lot worse than they were in Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 3 is a very similar game to Modern Warfare 2, but they definitely took out all the bullshit from Modern Warfare 2, at least a good amount of the bullshit, and just made it overall funner for me. And I actually like Modern Warfare 3 better. I know the the kill streaks aren't as good at all in Modern Warfare 3, but that didn't really matter in my opinion, because that made people not want to play just for getting kills. They started to play the objective more, especially because they added in point streaks in this game. So people actually played the objective, and it was a lot of fun. That's the problem I had with Modern Warfare 2. Nobody really played the objective. And Modern Warfare 3 was a lot more fun, in my opinion, because of everyone being able to play objective. And another thing that made me put Modern Warfare 3 high on the list right here is the campaign. Oh my god, was this campaign freaking amazing. The campaign just blew me off my ball sack. Like, I gotta say that much. It was amazing. And this is the Call of Duty where I really started to get competitive. As I said before, I wasn't very competitive back in Modern Warfare 2, but this is the Call of Duty where I started playing online multiplayer, trying to go hard. Every Call of Duty before this, at the time, I just played campaign and like the secondary mode like zombies or Spec Ops, and I might have played multiplayer a little bit, but I didn't play, like, I wasn't good or anything like that. Modern Warfare 3 is where I started getting good, or no, I started trying to get good. I wasn't really good, and then Black Ops 2 is where I started getting good, and then I was a lot better in Ghosts, and now in Advanced Warfare I'm amazing, and I went back to all Call of Duties, and I'm a much better player. Like, I am good material of a player. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Modern Warfare 3, is because where I started getting competitive, and I really started having fun. And it was just a good game in my opinion. It didn't have that many good maps, but it was a good game in my opinion. So ACR is one of my favorite things about the game, actually, to be honest. But that's that. Coming at number 4, I have Call of Duty World at War. Now, this is pretty much the only Call of Duty on the list that is getting on the list for everything other than the multiplayer, because the multiplayer, it had a lot of unbalanced stuff in it. Yes, it did had a lot of unbalanced stuff in it, but it did have a lot of fun stuff. Like, it was a World War II Call of Duty, so that was pretty awesome. It had the tanks, had some pretty cool maps like Dome and Courtyard, stuff like that. Had some pretty awesome snipers, I would have to say. You know, where you could put the iron sights on and the bayonets. It had some of the craziest SMGs I've ever seen in Call of Duty, the MP40, Type 100, Thompson, which I absolutely love that gun, and of course the PPSH, which is a beast. But with all things considered, there's a lot of bad things about the multiplayer. Of course, now multiplayer's almost to the point where it's unplayable because of the hacks and glitches and all that craziness. And so, but what do I love about the World at War so much? Campaign and zombies. Oh my god, man. The campaign is just so good because of the World War feel to it, the World War II feel. And I love, like, learning about World War II in like school and stuff like that. It's definitely one of my favorite, like, time eras to learn about. And a video game based on it, man, I want a next gen World at War or World War II game so badly for Call of Duty, but we haven't gotten that since World at War. And World at War, just the campaign was amazing in that way. It didn't have a good storyline, but it was just so amazing because the feel of it. Just, you're a World War II soldier and you're freaking fighting, and you got Viktor Rezanov in that game, and I absolutely love Viktor Rezanov. just amazing, amazing campaign. And then zombies, dude, the zombies, man. The zombies are absolutely amazing in that game. You have Dury's freaking best, second best in my opinion, map in Call of Duty history. And it's basically what started zombies. You know, that's exactly what made zombies what it is today and how great it is today. Coming in at number 3, I have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So this is the first Modern Warfare in the series. What makes this Call of Duty get on the list is the multiplayer. The campaign, I wasn't too attached to it just because, you know, I didn't play my first ever Call of Duty. Okay, I was gonna make a video talking about this, but I want to let you guys know it was actually Call of Duty 3, and I actually never played Call of Duty 4. I actually skipped, and I got Call of Duty 5, or World at War, I guess you would say, and that was my second Call of Duty ever. And I never actually got Call of Duty 4 until 2 years ago. I think it was during Black Ops 2, I believe, where I was like, you know what? I've heard a lot of great things about Call of Duty 4. I'm going to go out and purchase it. It was like $7 or $8 then because it was a really old game. Got it for Xbox 360. Played it a little bit. I was like, it's alright. And then I started playing more and more and more. And then when Ghost came out, when I started actually getting like really, really good at Call of Duty, I went back to it for like a day or something. And holy shit, was I just hamming in that game. And for some reason, whenever I do really good in the Call of Duty, I started loving the game. And for some reason, Call of Duty 4 is one of that game for me. I just go ham in that game. Literally, the MP5, the AK-47, the M16, all those guns are just so amazing. And they have some great maps in that game. Shipment is so much fun to play on. It's just such a fun game. I wish more people played it, but of course, the player count is pretty low. So it's hard to get some matches, but it's definitely one of the best Call of Duty. It's what started multiplayer, really. It's what started what Call of Duty is today, and I really hope to make a remake of it in the future. So coming in at the number 2 spot, I have Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2 it was hard for me. This is a really hard choice for me to pick between these two Call of Duties. So it wasn't easy. Trust me, I had really hard difficulty choosing between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, the original Black Ops, because these two games, in my opinion, are the two best Call of Duty games in Call of Duty history. And I was going back and forth. Which one do I like more? You know, which one is in first place? Which one's going to make it in second place? I couldn't decide. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to put Black Ops 2 at number 2, and I'm going to put Black Ops 1 at number 1, because Black Ops, it's where I really started playing Call of Duty a lot more. I know I said Modern Warfare 3 was when I started playing competitively, but Black Ops is where I actually started taking a lot more time out of my day to play, and where I started becoming a diehard Call of Duty fan that would get every single Call of Duty from there on out, first day of release, and I have done that ever since. And Black Ops 2, I meant, Black Ops 3, what was I saying? Black Ops 2 would be better than Black Ops 1, but it just has way too much bullshit in the multiplayer, I feel like sniping, the annoying claymores, the amount of camping there is in that game. And I know back then Black Ops 2 was, in my opinion, the best game ever, but playing it now, it's just like, man, the sniping is just, it took over the game, in my opinion, and it kind of ruined it for me. And Black Ops 1, that's why Black Ops 1 overtakes it, in my opinion. And Black Ops 1, I do think, has better maps and better guns. I mean, just look at Black Ops 1. Look at the assault rifles in that game, man. Absolutely insane. So, number 2 is going to be Black Ops 2. And that game, fucking amazing. I can play it as much as I want, and I will never lose interest in Black Ops 2. Campaign. One of the best campaigns I've ever played in Call of Duty history because of the freaking everything about it. I mean, it was the first Call of Duty to actually go further into the future and had loads and loads and loads of awesomeness in it. You had all those choices in it. You had craziness. Multiplayer. Awesome maps. Awesome graphics. Awesome gameplay mechanics. Awesome score streaks. Great multiplayer. Zombies. Fucking off the charts. I mean, we had Origins, Mob of the Dead, Buried, and those are really only good maps in that game, in my opinion. Nuketown, Transit, and Die Rise. They're good maps. Nothing amazing, though. But Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins were freaking amazing. And then Black Ops 1. Number 1, Black Ops 1, man. I had to do it. This Call of Duty game with its campaign could be the best Call of Duty game ever, just with the campaign. Freaking love the feel of that game. It has that Cold War, Vietnam War era, which I don't like more than World War II era, but just because it's a newer game, it made me absolutely love it. The zombies, holy shit. The moon, I mean, how many crazy maps did they come with this one? They had Shangri-La, we had Call of the Dead, Ascension, Kino, 5, Dead Ops, and then the 4 remakes of the World at War maps into the game, and freaking hell did they do a great job with this game. I mean, multiplayer is amazing as well. It had great maps, great guns, assault rifles, come on, the Galil, AUG, Commando, AK-47, the Enfield, just such a great list of assault rifles, SMGs as well, AK-74U, very balanced sniping, nothing bullshit except for like second chance or something like that, but that was the only bullshit I really find in the game. There was nothing else. Yes, there was a lot of lag, yes, there might have been bad hit detection, but who the fuck cares, man? It was a great Call of Duty game, and I enjoy it very much, even to this day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm just gonna say I do think Black Ops 3 will take the cake for first place. I'm hoping it does. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.